right, guys, I have a Tuesday morning editorial for you. And this one involves a coward out of Detroit. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing here. I'm out of time, but I definitely wanted to bring you an editorial this morning. And this one comes to somebody that we pay taxes to sit in his car and do nothing when that moment arrives. And we're talking about a coward out of Detroit. Let's just jump into it right now. Like I said, I got a lot to do today. This is my Friday, and then I'm on vacation. I'm trying to have an editorial for you tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so maybe I have all morning to do it. But I don't have that much time right now. Coming out of Detroit News. Thank you, Detroit News, for this story. A Detroit police sergeant was suspended Monday after the city's police chief described his actions as disturbing in response to Wednesday's fatal shooting of Detroit police officer Rasheen McClain. Police Chief James Craig said the sergeant sat in his scout car a block away while you could hear people screaming, "Officer down," on the radio. The police chief said he's launched an internal affairs investigation into the 12th precinct sergeant's behavior. Craig said when department officials reviewed the shooting, the actions of the sergeant were concerning. Craig said, quote, "It was clear to everyone who reviewed the video that he made no effort to get to the scene and take control. His response was that he was sitting in his car a block away, waiting to see if the suspect ran his way. But that's not acceptable when there's an officer down." Chief Craig said he plans to petition the Board of Police Commissioners to withhold the sergeant's pay during the suspension. Craig said, quote, "He's been a sergeant about a year and a half, and this kind of alleged behavior is unbecoming of a supervisor." Mark Young, president of the Detroit Police Lieutenants and Sergeants Association Union, did not immediately return a phone call Monday seeking comment. The sergeant's discipline comes after the chief criticized what he said was a lack of adequate follow-up to a report that a man earlier this month had fired several shots into a house on Wyoming on Detroit's west side. Craig said the 28-year-old suspect returned to the home Wednesday looking for a 16-year-old girl and then broke into the house and holed up inside with a rifle. McClain and his partner Philip Batumbise responded at 7:30 p.m. after an occupant of the house dialed 911 to report a home invasion. Officer McClain called for backup and then led a team of 4 officers into the house to search for the gunman as they descended the basement stairs. Police officials say the man fired off 2 shots, striking McClain in the neck and Batumbise in the left ankle. Police investigators sent a warrant request to Wayne County Prosecutor's Office seeking murder charges against the suspect, but prosecutors returned the warrant for more work. Craig said more work is unnecessary. Chief Craig said this is a smoking gun type of case. The stuff prosecutors are asking for is just more of the same stuff we already did. Said the good news is the suspect's parole has been revoked, so we can hold him. But what if he wasn't on parole? We'd have a cop shooter on the streets after 48 hours. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office defended how the case was handled. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy said, quote, "I'm disappointed in the chief's comments. I understand this is a difficult time, but it's important that he allows my office to do our job." She went on to say, "The stuff that my office is asking for is valuable investigative information that we need to successfully prosecute the death of one of his police officers. You would think that the chief would want this case and all cases prosecuted correctly." Now, the 28-year-old man accused by police of killing Officer McClain also is suspected in a November 18th shooting on Detroit's east side, in which one person was killed and another wounded. In that case, the alleged shooter opened fire on 2 men as they sat inside a car on the 3200 block of Harding, Craig said. The man is also a suspect in a third shooting involving 2 victims that happened November 17th, the day before. Although Craig said he isn't sure whether that incident is connected to the teen. Both victims in that incident are expected to survive. So, it threw me off when he said connected to the teen. I guess there was another one where a teen was shot. I'm sorry, I got lost in transition here. Craig said the suspect went to the teenage girl. Okay. So he didn't know if that was connected to the teenage girl that this guy had apparently went to her house. Craig said the suspect went to the teenage girl's house in Wyoming earlier this month, and when a relative wouldn't let him inside, he fired several shots from his car into the house, and no one was hurt. Why is a 28-year-old man going to a teen's house? Anyway, there you go, guys. Community Leo Watch, let you know what's going on with Leos. That's law enforcement officers across your nation and Detroit. Here we have a Detroit police sergeant that sat in his car while people on the radio said, "Officer down." He should have been flooring that thing code 3 right to where they were. Look, YouTube's kind of cutting down on some of the stuff that's going on YouTube, some of the creators. So keep your comments classy in the comment section below as you let me know how you think about this. Keep them classy. Okay, I believe in the First Amendment, but also believe in my YouTube channel. So don't be putting stuff in there that YouTube might find questionable and flag me. I don't want that. But I do want to hear from you guys how you feel about the sergeant. The focus is on the sergeant, not that the fact that this guy, some of you may want to defend this guy. Well, he shot a cop. Yeah, he's been shooting everybody. He's been driving around town firing his gun off. Do you think he's going to let you live any more than he would that cop? No. The focus here is on this sergeant who sat in his goddamn car and did nothing while people on the radio were saying, "Officer down," and he sat a block away going, maybe he'll come this way and just drive by. If I drive up there, I'm going to get shot. Ah! Well, we taxpayers paid him for that. What do you think, Michigan taxpayers? Community Leo Watch. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. At least eat some food. Have some fun. We'll talk to you later.